Fáilte Rómhain Cóide, you welcome indeed to another edition of the programme. This week we are coming to you from Geesala for the reopening of the High Chaparral pub, which was devastated by a fire.
And I'm taking you back to when Munley's opened first.
Yeah,
1949.
1949. We paid £2,750 for it, and there was just a small little bar in it. And what we had for sitting on was a stool, 6-foot stool. You always see them, and there was a big crowd of people around here that time, like on dolars, and the pint was a shilling a pint, but the dollar was only getting 7 shillings
A week.
a week, and he had only 7 points for his dole. And pension was on Friday. There were a good few pensioners. It was very busy. Like the first years now, I hope this place will be as busy as it for the size of it.
Yeah.
It was only a small little place up there. My father was a Yank, and he bought that place across the road from a man down the road by the name of Anthony Barrett. And he built half the house, a 2-story house. And 1949 we were building the other half. I was mixing the concrete, and the pub was put for sale. And there was a good few men looking for it. But this John Bowler, he had a job in Scotland, and he had to go back to his work. And he came to my father. He said, "If you have the cash," he said, "it's yours, John." So my father lucky enough had the cash, and that.
And you learned how to pull pints at a young age through your father. You helped him in the bar.
Yeah, I was the only son he had. With the other one, I was the oldest son at 16 and a half, and I was the first man to pull the pint. 76 years and 39 days.
My God, go. And today, you're pulling the pint in the new bar.
I had to pull the first pint today. The fellas in England were ringing me and telling me they'd had to see it on the telephone. Me pulling the first pint.
Yeah.
So that's it now.
You're looking forward to that?
Well, I'm nervous.
After all those years.
Yeah. Well, I worked in the pub then for 50 years, 49, 99. I left it at 11 o'clock, 1999, and I told the boys, run it now, and I never came back since. That was the last point I pulled.
Well, the whole of Geesala and further afield are looking forward to you pulling the first pint in the newly revamped High Chaparral here in Geesala.
Well, I hope I'm sure they are looking forward.
And Annie, you put in long hours because you were running the shop across the road there as well, the family shop, and then coming over here. So a lot of hard work.
Work don't kill anyone. Work was good.
And did you do it because you had to, or did you enjoy it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I wasn't forced to do it. I think I'd miss too much if I sat down in the house.
And what do you enjoy mostly about the pub business?
I love meeting people and having the chat to them. And the older ones now, I love meeting them. The young ones now are great around here. They're great crowd of little ones around here.
No, the pubs were a lot busier in your day, weren't they, than they are nowadays?
They were a lot busier, all right. But it's busy enough now too.
Yeah. Now, you've had a look at the new premises just opening today. What's your thoughts on the whole new High Chaparral?
Hope it goes as good as the other one went. And we were all happy in it. And had a nice life. And all the kids were enjoying it. They all helped out in every way in the world that they can.
The whole family rallied round.
They did, yeah. They were always there when you wanted them.
And the fire obviously was devastating for you and the family as well, wasn't it?
It was terrible. It was terrible. Katrina was the first one that waking me up. She was going through she didn't tell me first, but I said, there's something wrong. What's wrong with you, Katrina? And she said, I think the pub's on fire. And I looked out the window, and I didn't see it yet. I just still look out the window at 3 o'clock every night. And see, you could see the flames. You know, I never slept a wink right since. And neither did Katrina. She was in a terrible way.
Well, can I take you back to the night? How did you find out about the fire?
Well, a neighbour of mine was going to work in Sligo, and he knocked me up at 5:10, and it was all a big shock to us. And by the time I got up here, it was, the top bar was on fire. My sister had sent for the fire brigade from across the road, and in fairness, they were here within 20-25 minutes. But once the back windows went, there was no stopping it, But it was frightening, and I suppose devastated for a few minutes. But after about a half an hour, I started thinking to myself, like when I was watching it burn, how am I going to get this back together? And especially, how will I get it back together for the festival? So that was the goal from day one. And I never looked back. It had to be forward. You had to be positive.
But to do what you've done here now in this fabulous establishment in 6 months, it was some undertaking.
We got great help. We got great weather for 7 or 8 weeks, which made a big difference to the build. I had great family, my brothers, my friend Tommy Goonan. Also, we had brother-in-laws, Lawrence Barrett and Ian Murphy, and those lads like that. Owen Welch, my cousin, and the other cousins, Pat John Welch, they done the roof, and they all came in and helped. And a lot of the neighbours came and gave us days. And we had a few young lads around the village that was brilliant while the build was going on. They never missed a day. They were here every day, and they done all the hard labour, the tough labour. So it was good. Everything came together. Then I had a few contractors in to do the plumbing and the heating, Owen Farrell and Shane Donnelly, and they done both excellent jobs also. And apart from that, I can't have enough of praise for the guys. And we weren't too hard on them. They were all good willing guys, and we all got it together. We got it over the line. Didn't look like it 3 or 4 days ago, but we got there.
We absolutely live for this week every year. So much excitement in our village. And the weather is amazing. Looking at the forecast, it's going to be blue skies every day and lovely temperatures. So great to see everyone coming home. And of course, our neighbours reopening their pub after an extraordinary 6 months of a whole community coming together to rebuild the infamous Munley. So it's very, very heartwarming. Lovely feel, lovely vibe about this year especially. But it's always a very, very busy time for us. The whole summer is busy, but Festival Week is just something else.
Yeah. I presume booked out completely.
Oh, completely. I'd say if we had 500 rooms, we'd have sold them all. It's been crazy. Obviously, we are just the 31 bedrooms here in the hotel, but since Festival last year, we've had 2 fantastic additions to the hotel. We're always thinking of new additions that can help our residents and visitors enjoy the place even more. But August bank holiday weekend 2 weeks ago, we opened up a beautiful spa upstairs, and it has seaweed baths, seaweed foraged from Tahoma, just a few miles up the road, and we've 2 fantastic therapists up there, and it's so popular.
Another popular event, of course, is the Taste of Erris, which is you introduced there a year or 2 ago, become very, very popular, and a yearly event now.
Yeah, hugely popular. I would say if we done it every week, we would sell out. We do it every 2 months, so as not to give our head chef a heart attack, because it requires so much creativity, and he is just wonderful. It's a 7-course tasting menu of everything sourced in Erris, so it's very difficult to pull off. But and you have to work with the seasons as well. So our next one will be taking place in October. and it will be an autumnal one. But hugely popular. We do a wine pairing with each course, and we have the fantastic Bridget O'Hora, who's the sommelier on the night. It's really fun, good crack, and something different.
Final question is, will you get a chance to enjoy the festival at all?
I don't think I have had an opportunity to enjoy the festival since we opened the doors 4 years ago, but I'm hopeful. I might get out for half an hour today.
Pat, this is a real old story here, the story of the thrasher.
The old thrasher men, yeah. Well, 60 years thrashing with it, 60 years. But all that work died away, all gone away. The only time, the heritage days, that's all, and show days, that's all. It's happening, yeah. And that machine was made in Aberdeen in Scotland by Garvey, and there's a 36-inch drum on the top to put the straw and the grain into. And then there's an elevator that brings it up and brings it across the top, and there's 5 bags in the back, and she make 5 different grades of the grain. And you pull out a lever on the side in and hold back the barley, because there's chains on the barley, and she cut the chains off the barley. And she make 5 different grades of the grain, and then on the box on the side, that it grows in the field, what they call wild grain. It's only the shell with no food inside. And she blow that out on the side. And if a hen comes along, she won't touch it. She knows there's no food in it. No food in it. But very little, maybe half a little bucket, that's all she'd put out. But she take that empty grain out of the good grain. There's 2 winners in her. And she puts out the straw, takes the straw away from the grain, and she brought the chaff out of the grain, and leave the grain go down the screens, and up the elevator, and across into the bags.
And this here, you set this up here, or these batches of...
Well, that was the style one time, when the family cut their grain, that to get a season, they put it, them head shades save the rest of the grain, you know what I mean? It's like a cap. You know what I mean? And they call them head shades. Stooks, they call them. Stooks, yeah.
And you're in your 80s, you're 87, Pat. You're 87
I'm
years
87,
of age.
87.
And you still enjoy doing the thrashing?
I do.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people in my time, they're all gone now, they're gone. Well, very good to me, yeah. I worked very hard with it, I was young.
Then come back to the plastic. Love the job. You're the teacher responsible for these lovely girls we just witnessed doing some lovely Irish dancing.
Yes, I'm one of them, one of the lucky teachers, yeah.
Some of them have done so tremendously well at various competitions, haven't they?
Yes, we've been at the World Championships, and as you know, we just done the Mayo Day in the TF in Castlebar. That went down a storm, so yeah, they like to do. We bring them all, the young ones and the old ones. We just keep them all dancing. They love it.
I'm very impressed with the outfits they were wearing. The lovely style of outfits.
That's just our basic club gear, so they wear that to classes and they wear it to competitions. So it's easy for the parents then just wash and go. so we recognise the school colours.
And is there as many young people still learning Irish dancing as there was years ago?
Oh yeah, they do still. Sometimes it's harder to get them in, but once we get them, they're part of the family then, and they're with us then for forever. You know, even when they get married, so they stay with us. So it's nice. We still meet all of our older pupils, and some of them come back for the shows as well. And one of our older dancers, Jordan McCormack, he's done years and years in river dance. He's actually just finishing his last season this August now in Dublin in the Gaiety.
And what gave you the idea to go on the road with it and do festivals?
I done a festival one time in Sunford, just on a trailer, and then I thought the weather being bad now, I'll update that and get covered over, you know, and it worked out grand. Well, I have a lot of stuff in it, you know, like lamps and real old stuff that you would never get again. And a lot of people has a big interest, are making a few horseshoes now. They have a big interest if you make a few shoes, you know, how they're made.
Am I right in saying that on festivals, because you're back to back with festivals all summer, you actually sleep in this at night time?
Oh yeah, sleeping it at night time, yeah, because you couldn't go home, you know. I'd do 2 or 3 of them together in 3 days after one another. So we say you go down to Bangor now. I was in Bangor last night and I went down the night before, and you set up a bit of this stuff. It takes a good while to set it up because I have a lot of glass and a lot of old labs, you know, and set up a bit of it and have an hour or two in there and a bit of a canvas on the floor and get up in the morning again and put the rest to it and move to Geesala then today and do the same again and gather up again this evening now and go down to Belmullet and pull in along the road and have a snooze there and be out again in the morning at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock maybe and get set up again and do the same again. If you didn't enjoy it, there'd be no point in being at it. You know, you meet an awful lot of lovely people here. Absolutely. I'd meet the one people year after year, you know. Nice, absolutely nice.
Well, look, it's great to catch up with you, and we'll let you back to, I know you were making a poker there.
Yeah. I was making a poker now, and I'll have a mug of tea now. I make my own bread, and I'll have a mug of tea and a cut of good soda cake now, and I'll be sound.
We have the colour run every year now for the kids, and well, the adults, we have fun as well doing it, covering the kids either in water or paint and stuff like that. And it's a volunteer group. We've had the lads have been working, Jason, O'Neill and Brian and Mervyn have been working since Wednesday to set up the course and that. Kind of making it trickier every year, which is really, really good for the kids, so they don't get used to the same thing. But yeah, there's about 20 of us between Erica, Jason, Mervyn, Brian, Robin, Malachy, myself, and then even roped in my sister and the guys who are home from holiday and a couple of the parents to let it off. So it's fun. The kids love getting dirty and wet.
Yeah.
So
and you had a great turnout of kids.
We did. We had a really good turnout now this year, and this is the 3rd year we've been doing it. So it's kind of building every year. So hopefully it'll be bigger again then now next year. So it'll be good fun.
Tom, great to see you here at the Geesala Festival for the Heritage Day. We do come across you at a fair amount of festivals over the summer.
Yeah, Henry, I don't know what the requirements of my own citizenship, but I think I've acquired a note to myself. Done a lot of shows here, Henry, throughout, and of course that's down to Jerry Coyle and the committee here. I think this is my 4th year here. I've been Claremars, Bunny, Conlon, Ballina. I'll be in Belmullet tomorrow. Great love it here. It's very like my home in Donegal, the Gaeltacht area. Enjoy it. And sure, listen, this is the great prize that I can showcase those beautiful little animals. This is me trying to bring back the heritage and keep everything going. And thanks to Mio and Mio people, they're giving me a great welcome everywhere I go. And I suppose long may it live that I keep coming back and coming back and coming back.
I see the tactics. The Donegal man is showing right through, huh? You better move back a load of your spuds and gone behind you. Your spuds are gone behind you. Don't look back.
Officially got underway today with the Heritage.
Oh, it got away today with the Heritage Day. First Wade Mass in the cemetery. Huge crowd, an absolutely huge crowd. And then we have moved it in here to the field away from the main road, so it's way safer. Thanks be to God for the kids. We don't want any accidents to happen. It's been, hopefully the weather will stay well for the next week. We have a great weekend of stuff next weekend. We have the Corach racing at the ferry and the boat racing at the ferry. Big regattas there. On Saturday we have the horse racing and greyhound racing, and on Sunday we have solely all the horse racing on the beach in Dula. We're going since 1994, 31 years, less than 2 years of COVID. So it's great to be able to up and run again this year. And then with the High Chaparral opened again for the first time since the fire, and what a turnout there, But the Munley family are givers to the community, and they're getting back from the community now again, and it's great to think that a place can be burned to the ground and rebuilt in 6 months and 1 day it was reopened. Well, this started off as a come home week. But there never was any need to invite Mayo people home or Erris people in particular home. It used to be a write and invite. It was a write and inform week we had. And they got behind us with the sponsorship. We couldn't run this without sponsorship and things. And we got great sponsorship from our immigrants and everyone. And it's great that it's bigger and better. And please God, it'll go on into the future. And what we need and what every festival needs is more volunteers, more people to take over, take the reins and start to drive them forward.
Usually Newport, and you're home for the holidays.
I'm home for the holidays here, yeah. I'm connected through marriage down here to Eamon Mundy, who's 92. He owns the shop and the pub there, and for the reopening of the pub, so we came back this weekend. So I'm down here enjoying the whole thing with my family. It's lovely to see all the the antique stuff and stuff that I grew up with. Like you have the donkey and the cleaves and the cart and all the rest of it. So it's great to see it. It doesn't seem that long ago, but when you think it is 50 years ago.
We've come back every year for the festival because that's when all us immigrants get together. You know what I mean? So it's lovely, and it's lovely to see Munley's bar opened again after the fire. We're there the opening night, and it is, it's beautiful inside there. But this is a great occasion for us guys that's away, all our life. Come home and meet. I meet guys here today. You'll meet again next year, and so it's lovely.
And you sponsored the dog racing here.
Yeah, we're doing the dog racing now for 30 years, and I've sponsored the Derby here for 30 years. So this year, the one-off prize is £1,000, for the one-off race, which and it's unique because it's the only place in the whole of Ireland that they run dogs on the beach.
Show here like the Thrasher and the Ford. You remember all that?
I remember the thrashing and the mice and the rats running around and the days of the Mahel, which was a gathering of the community to help one another. And they were good times because there were neighbours you could trust, they trusted you, and life went on, and though there was no money available, you got the backup and support if you were in trouble or if you needed it. And it's lovely to see familiar faces again and to reminisce about the good old days. But it's lovely to have the crack. And I don't think if you went to Spain or any other country, you would ever feel the same as a Mayo welcome, really. It gave me the Polsha.
You still miss home. How long have you been in England?
I left here in '66, 17 years of age, and not a lot of money in my pocket. But carried on, and things were good, and and that's life.
And is it important for you to get home for festivals like this?
Believe it, I left in '66. I wake up in England and I still think I hear the waves breaking.
In the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
Out on Claggin Island?
Yeah.
I'm in Claggin Island. Because that's where you're from, Claggin Island. And ours, of course, we met before on beautiful island, Claggin Island.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's true.
I'd love to take it away from there, but I can't.
It ain't going to happen.
Well, the thing is, we have a saying out on Claggin Island with all the tourists we get out there, friends will meet, hills may never.
Good saying.
That's one of our sayings.
Yeah.
And you get that from living in such a magnificent place.
Yeah.
It's great to come down here, it's nice to meet other craftspeople and things. Beautiful part of the world, so it's well worth the trip down. Maybe 4.5, 5 hours to drive down here, but it's a great place to be. So. And
what exactly are you making here?
Okay, well, I'm doing wood turning, but this is on a traditional foot-powered treadle lathe. It's actually called a pole lathe. This type of lathe has been going back thousands of years. So at one stage around Ireland, these would have been in people's workshops, but it's all kind of finished and gone now, really, So the type of stuff that I make is more like kitchen utensils, little children's toys, some garden equipment, things like that. More things that are useful rather than decorative, and that's really where this lathe would have been used for. You would make things around the house that people would have used.
You're home from Scotland for the festival.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I come here all the time, maybe like 12 or 13 times in the year, like, you know what I mean? So it's fine and handy, like. And my father was from the village up there up in Roy, like, and he was Tony Anthony Jack Mangan. And there's two other older brothers now, Patrick Jack and Johnny Jack. They'd be well-known characters in the village anyway, like. Everybody would know them bucks, like, you know what I mean? So.
And how are you enjoying Heritage Day?
Oh no, lovely. Yeah, it's a great day. We always come down for just to show a wee bit of support to the community and that, like. So it's fine, like, fine, nice wee spot, and nice to see the High Chaparral opening back up again, like. So I've not been in there yet, but I'll be going in there today at some point anyway. Say, like. Yeah.
Great to see the High Chaparral opened again, and the best of luck to the Munnelly family. We look forward to catching up with you all at next year's Geesala Festival. So until next week at the same time, it's long before.